Hello everyone, Melody here, mom of 4 in our blended family of 6, and I am so excited because today I finally woke up feeling human again. So, yay! If you caught last week's video, you may have noticed, because I mentioned like 100 times, I was not feeling it. But I think I'm back in the game. So, I was trying to decide what kind of video to put together for you guys now that I'm functioning, and I was thinking, you know, it's been like 2 weeks of not being at 100%, and I wanted to do a video about 5 of the things that we love to do when we need a day off. Before we jump into my 5 recommendations for day off activities, I just wanted to take a minute, if you're new to this channel, to encourage you, to ask you, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm having so much fun building this community. I'm meeting new people, and I would love for you to be a part of that. I'm trying to talk too fast. I have all this energy, and so I'm like, you have it, use it, go! But my brain's still not moving as fast as my mouth. So I need to slow down a little bit. If you're already subscribed to this channel, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of our community, and make sure that you jump on over to Instagram and check me out at Homeschool Happy Hour over there so that we can connect on all the social media stuff that I have, which is just 2. Like, I know there's a lot, but I just want to do 2, and 2's a lot for me. So yay for 2. Okay. Let's start with my number 1 go-to when we have a day off, or when we have an unexpected day off, or we just need some free time, but I still want to be productive, I guess is the best word I can think of. I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time taking a day off. I want to keep going. Every day, I want to see how much can we get done. That is not always the best approach for me or for my kids. And so if I have some ideas and they're like official day off activities, then I feel better about taking a day off because I feel like we did stuff, even if it wasn't like official book work or anything like that. And the kids actually feel like they had a fun day. So it's a win-win. And so the first day off activity is, let me look at my list. All right, documentaries and historical fiction. Now, of course, you don't have to limit yourself to this type of screen time, but if I feel like it's got, like if it's a documentary or a historical fiction, I'm like, oh yeah, there's all kinds of value in that. It's okay that we didn't do our science or our social studies or history or geography or whatever it is that we didn't do that day. I'm okay with it because we learned this other thing and it was interesting. So a couple of my favorite resources for screen time and documentaries are, number 1, Crash Course. We watch a lot of Crash Course, and they're just these short little videos. The kids can get on there if you want them to and choose a subject that they're interested in, and they have, the videos are about 10 minutes a piece, and they can just binge watch it or watch 1 or 2 or whatever you feel good about. Another resource that we're really enjoying screen time, I got Discovery Plus recently. We got it for free with like 6-month free trial through Verizon, and I'm loving it. There's all kinds of fun videos. Bean in particular is enjoying it because it's got the baking videos that go along with her personal interest stuff. They've got cooking shows. They have all kinds of other things, but in our house we really like food and we like cooking, so those are the ones we've spent the most time watching. Oh, I think they have Mythbusters. I don't know if you've heard of that show, but they've got Mythbusters, Mythbusters Jr., all different variations of Mythbusters. Those are really fun shows to watch. And then another series that the kids have been really interested in is called Most Dangerous Ways to School. And as of right now, I believe there are 3 seasons out. We had to purchase it, but I don't believe it was very expensive. I should look that up and tell you how much it was. Here. But we only watched season 1. We definitely will watch season 2, and it takes you to different parts of the world and how much kids have to go through and what they do in order to get to school, which ironically, we homeschool, and so we're not really wanting to promote heading to school. We're doing school at home, but it's still culturally awesome to see. It tells you about their life in general and their family, and there's a lot of footage about the world that they live in. And so we really enjoy that series. So number 1, documentaries, historical fiction, and just general screen time. Number 2, games. We love to play games. We don't play as many games as we should because we love them a lot, and then I always forget about them until we have a day off. I really need to incorporate them more into our day-to-day. Went down to pick out like my top 2 or 3 favorite learning games to come show you guys, and I couldn't choose. So I grabbed Pattern Play. I got this one when the girls were super little, but they still love it. It's a lot of fun. I love it. I'll sit there with them. We build all kinds of patterns. So, and then I just grabbed this nice stack. I don't know if you can see it, but we have Continent Race. That is a fun one. It's got a way to learn all the countries from around the world. Prime Climb right here is a fun math game. Bean Bean is always requesting to play this one. Periodic is a little bit more challenging to pick up, but we love it. It's all learning the periodic table and the elements, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't seen Bananagrams, it's kind of like Scrabble, but I think more fun because there's a little bit more freedom in how it's put together. Puzzles, which I know is not the same thing as games, but we've got all kinds of fun puzzles downstairs that I can put out for the kids to work on. And then the last one I have here is Guess That President. So I'm a little bit of nerd. These type of games are all fun to me. And then a combination of screen time and games. Wait for it. I know some people can get on here and then they're like, oh, here, I'm gonna pop a screen within the screen, and I don't know how to do that. So I just pulled up our other tablet so that I could show you the kids' favorite games to play online. This is called Math Playground. It's kindergarten through 6th grade math games, and they are free. There are dozens of games on here that are free. You can even set it up, as my children often do, to have competitions with other random people or other people in your house. You can set up your own game competition and play against each other. So this is probably the most common game activity that the children choose to do if they have free game time. And I love that it's free. So yay, win-win. But like I said, it only goes up to 6th grade, but that's okay. Some of these, I've played with them and it takes me a minute. It's good review. And so I really feel like this can be fun for all ages. That's it. So the number 2 way to spend your time for day off activities, games. Number 3, personal interests. This one is like, I mean, you could say it's a free-for-all, but it's a win-win for me and the kids. I have asked them to choose a personal interest that they want to pursue throughout the year. They've also been told that can change. If, like Bean Bean, for example, does baking, that is her personal interest. Well, a couple weeks ago, she's like, I don't really want to do baking today. And that doesn't mean she has to actively bake. There's all kinds of activities she can do. She was like, I'd rather explore penguins. Great. So she did penguins for the day. We are not set into you have to focus on this one personal interest. But the kids get to delve deep into things that they're choosing to delve deep into, and I'm happy because they're eager to learn about it and dig into it, and there's all kinds of things that they learn, whether they're turning it into an art and craft activity or a baking activity, or sometimes, a lot of the times, watching a baking show. The bookworm is doing photography, and so she'll take her camera outside and she'll spend an hour outside just taking nature photographs because she loves them. So yeah, that can come up with anything. All I ask for them to do for any of these activities I know it's a day off, but if we say, okay, we're taking a free day for homeschool, but we still want to track what we're doing, is I ask the kids to write down what they worked on in their planner, in their tracker. That's it. So number 5, books. I grabbed some books. Now, of course, books are limitless, right? So there's so many books out there. The Tuttle Twins is a fun one that sometimes I'll have the girls read, sometimes I'll read aloud to them. Hey, Franklin. But I encourage them to choose some kind of a nonfiction book to read. In a pinch, they can read whatever they want. Reading is great. We love it. I feel like there's never a bad book to read. So yeah, if in doubt, we curl up on the couch with a blanket and we read our books. All right, last one, and it's the last one for a reason. Normally I go through all the other ones before I open up this can of worms, but it is arts and crafts. We have the art cupboard and we have the art table so that the kids can get in anytime they want. But if we're having a day off and I'm encouraging them to do something in particular, I don't usually jump into arts and crafts because it usually ends up in a big mess and then it doesn't feel like a day off. It feels like a lot of extra work. But they're getting older, they can clean up after themselves. But I would like to clarify arts versus crafts. Now, crafts are one thing, and sometimes the kids will get on YouTube and look up a craft activity. That is something that has a predetermined final product. Like if you're building a penguin out of a toilet paper tube, that's a craft. Art is taking the supplies you have and kind of freestyling with it and coming up with what you want to come up with for it. And so I tend to lean more towards art than crafts, but sometimes the kids really do like to do some crafts, and so they just jump on YouTube with their little tablet and they choose a craft and they put it together. So that's it. That's what I've got for you. 5 activities for a day off if you still want to feel like you accomplished some valuable homeschool stuff. I hope that some of these ideas appeal to you. You can try them out with your kids. And remember, don't be like me and feel like everything has to be structured all the time. It's okay to take a day, 2 days, take a day off a week and just watch how your children flourish when they don't have so many parameters boxing them in. They're gonna surprise you and they're gonna do some pretty amazing things. So thank you for joining me, and make sure you do that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check us out on Instagram at Homeschool Happy Hour, and I will catch you next time.